leaders from the Association of Southeast Asian Nations and the Gulf Cooperation Council have been meeting today. They agreed to improve economic relations between them. The talks held this morning in Saudi Arabia capital of Riyadh. Our foreign affairs correspondent, Amarachi Ubani, is in Riyadh and now reports.
It's been a full morning of talks between Saudi Arabia, the other GCC countries, and countries in the ASEAN region. The Saudi government says this is a great opportunity for both regions to connect on better economic, digital, and socio-economic levels, as they both have so much to give. During a press conference after the leaders' meeting, the Indonesian Foreign Minister, Retno Marsudi, said the summit was a rewriting of history between ASEAN and the GCC to improve relations and hailed the agreement to give special concentration to security issues.
Combined, our GDP last year exceeded $5 trillion and our population exceeds 700 million people, mostly young and productive. Our economic growth last year stood far above global average, 7.5% for GCC and 5.3% for ASEAN. This is a good modality for ASEAN and GCC to further strengthen cooperation in promoting peace, stability, and prosperity, as reflected in the joint statement of ASEAN-GCC Riyadh Summit and the ASEAN-GCC Framework for Cooperation 2024-2028.
Leaders also discussed the ongoing Israel-Hamas war, calling for Israel to be more humanitarian in its approach in dealing with Hamas militants in Gaza, as innocent lives are being lost.
It's a humanitarian issue. I think ASEAN and the GCC were agreeing on the issue where every person, it's not a political person only, every human being agree that we should stop the violence, we should protect civilians, we should bring the hostages and prisoner home, especially elderly and children. That's a normal humanitarian request. And I think it was good to hear the news that is beside the economical and multilateral agreements. I think it was good to have it in a political way. Also, we have agreement.
The first ever summit to be held between the two regions since diplomatic ties was established since 1990. Of course, it is agreed on improving and strengthening economic and cultural and social ties between the two regions, but they also took time to discuss the conflict between Israel and Hamas, or the war as many people refer to it as. They agreed the focus now should be on providing humanitarian aid to the Gaza Strip, to people who are in need of these resources. From here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Amarachi Ubani for Channels Television News.